there's an old Italian recipe for shaved fennel and oranges, and that gave me an idea for a sauce. So thus far, I have been squeezing away. I have some grapefruit in there, lime and lemon, and its zest. You can see I've been working on that. And I'm down to an orange now, which needs a little bit more of the zest. And then, oh, that's enough of it. Then just squeeze the juice in. And you don't really need to worry if it gets seeds in it because it will be strained eventually anyway. So in goes an orange, and then I'm going to put a tad of French vermouth. And then we want to reduce that down by half. This is now reduced quite enough, so I'll shut the heat off. Now it needs sweetener, and you could use honey, but since I'm trying to keep this vegan, I'm just going to add some maple syrup to that. You could use agave syrup or some sort of brown sugar that hasn't come in contact with animal bones. Well, that's about that. So we move on to the next step. So I now have the blender, and I'm going to strain the stock right into that. Well, it's a reduction of agrumes, citrus fruits, just like that. That took the seeds out. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil to it. And the next step is to whiz this really good in a blender until it becomes frothy. So let's take a look here. It's pretty. It's a lovely, kind of almost looks like a light hollandaise sauce, but that will be lovely. Now you could thicken that with something of your choice, but I frankly don't think it needs it. It's such a pretty froth that why bother? I have a bowl of cold water here. I'm going to add a little bit of white wine vinegar to it. Actually, that's just distilled white vinegar. So here is our beautiful fennel. And I've taken off the green stuff on top, and then you just give it one whack through the center. Afterwards, you need to clean out a little of this core here that's not very good. And then carefully slice it into little steak-like things. There's one. Put it in the water to blanch a little bit. That's step one. Now it's time to cook the fennel, and I would use a heavy cast iron skillet. And you start with olive oil. And of course we want to put in the fennel that we have soaking here. And next you put in a squirt of lemon juice. And some herbs. This is thyme and some rosemary sprigs. And finally, a little bit of balsamic vinegar. And you might want to put a little salt in that as well. And a grind or two of pepper. So, we just turn this on now, and we're going to braise it gently. Oh, I forgot something else. I have here some lovely vegetable stock that I just made. Don't buy the canned stuff at the store. It's no good whatsoever. This, just use up your whatever you'd like to put in it. Onions, carrots, celery, leeks, things like that. Brown them in some canola oil and then cook it down with water till you get a pretty broth like that. So we'll let this braise. Actually, it needs a cover. Well, this has been braising about a half an hour. Let's see. Oh yes, that's lovely. It's made almost a confit. So the last step now is to plate this. So I put the sauce in, and then our confit de fenouil, and then I'm going to decorate the top with some fresh orange slices. I think that would look really nice there. You're always supposed to use odd rather than even numbers. there's 5 of them, and maybe just a little frond from the top of the fennel. Well, there you have it, another delightful treat from the south of France. Have that while watching the boats sail in off the French Riviera.